Sometimes when you don't like us, it's for a stupid reason. And I'm so sorry to say it, but it's stupid. Hello dolls, it's me, Babs, your favorite ultrasound tech. Today, we're gonna talk about confessions of an ultrasound technician. On today's video, I'm gonna give you 5 things that we technicians don't want you to know. Starting with number 1, we get nervous too. If you've had a poor history, multiple miscarriages, a fetal demise, an abnormality in a previous pregnancy, we get nervous too. If you come in for your very first scan around 6 to 8 weeks, in our minds, we're hoping and praying that everything is okay. We don't want to have to go to the doctor and give him or her bad news about your baby. We want everything to go well for you. The second thing that we technicians don't want you to know is we have favorite patients too. Just like you could have a favorite tech, someone that you might request all of the time, we have patients that we prefer. And it all comes down to personality. Sometimes we just get along better with certain people, just like how it is outside of the ultrasound room. And the opposite side of that spectrum is if you don't like one of us, first, we know that. It comes back to us, so we already know that you don't like us and why. But if you don't like us, most likely we also don't like you. You, that's right. You, the one who complained about the technician who didn't give you the results or didn't smile or wasn't happy enough, we know who you are. And we probably don't like you either. Reasons why we might not like you: maybe you pissed us off, maybe you were annoying, maybe you asked too many questions, maybe you were pushy about a picture, about results, about cold gel. Who the heck knows? But sometimes people rub us the wrong way, just like people could rub you the wrong way. And there's friction, and not everyone is gonna get along. The techs try to be professional. Sometimes, yes, they have bad days and things may come out wrong, but the same goes for you too. You're pregnant, you're not always feeling so well, and you're highly emotional. Things that you say or you do could come off the wrong way as well. So it's like a clash of personalities. And sometimes when you don't like us, it's for honestly, I'm just gonna say, sometimes when you don't like us, it's for a stupid reason. And I'm so sorry to say it, but it's stupid. Like, we didn't give you the results, or we couldn't give you a picture, or we just happened to be the one to catch something wrong with your baby. I'm so sorry, but it's not our fault. And sometimes, if we scan you again, it makes it worse. Because now we know you don't like us. That makes it awkward for us, which makes it awkward for you and make you not like us even more, which makes us not like you even more. So you see, it's like a whole big cycle. Like, it's gotta stop somewhere, right? So we all kind of have to understand each other. Moving on, before we continue, if you like what I'm telling you so far, or if you find this informative, eye-opening, like, oh, I had no idea. If you clicked on this video, if you've made it this far, go ahead and just hit that like button. And while you're at it, if you're inclined, hit the subscribe button too. The fourth thing that we technicians don't want you to know, and this is a big one, sometimes we don't know what we're looking at. And I'm not saying that to sound like we don't know what we're doing, because we do know what we're doing. But sometimes what we see, either with a pregnant patient or a non-pregnant patient, like a GYN scan, there are things that pop up that, one, we either have never seen before, so it's new, or the image is not clear at all. That usually happens with GYN scans. Sometimes when it's an older lady, postmenopausal, like late 50s and up, especially like 80s, her pelvic organs are all shriveled up. Like her uterus, her ovaries, they're all like so tiny, and sometimes they blend in with the bowels, especially the ovaries. Sometimes we can't see the ovaries. Sometimes it looks like bowels. Another reason why we might have trouble seeing and not knowing what we're looking at is if you're really gassy or if you have huge fibroids blocking our view. And sometimes ovaries don't always look like the textbook perfect ovaries. I'm so sorry. Can you hear that? Thank you. Moving on, sometimes the ovaries just don't look perfect like you see in the textbook or online. Sometimes they just look different. They just look like a blob. They look like bowels. They look like whatever, and you just can't tell. I'm so sorry. I don't want you going to your next ultrasound appointment and telling your technician, well, this girl on YouTube who does videos, she's a tech, she says sometimes you don't know what you're looking at. Do you know what you're looking at right now? Don't do that, please. Just don't do that. Because they're gonna be like, bitch, please. Why are you watching YouTube videos of someone who probably doesn't even know what she's doing? They're not going to admit it. Anyway, so like I was saying, just because we can't see doesn't mean that there's something wrong. It just means we can't see. The fifth and final thing that we technicians don't want you to know is my favorite one of all. And I hope that you take this as kind of a lesson of what not to do when you go to your next ultrasound appointment. We cannot stand it when you stare at us. We can feel it because you're just right there. You're only like really a foot away from us. We can tell when you're looking at us and we hate it. That's why a lot of the times we scan like this. Man, you have a poker face. You're not giving anything away. Oh yeah, because you're not supposed to be looking at my face. This isn't gonna give anything away. Okay, ladies, so I hope you enjoyed this video. It was really fun to make. Things that I've been wanting to say, but I can't. I can't say these things to my patient, but I could go on YouTube and tell you guys so that maybe when you go to your next ultrasound appointment, you could look at your tech a little bit differently. But don't tell her you saw these things on my channel. Okay, I don't want people getting mad at me. If you have any questions about ultrasound, if you have an upcoming ultrasound, like a big one, the big anatomy scan, and if you have questions, are you going to have a GYN ultrasound or have you had a GYN ultrasound? Did you have a first trimester screening? Did you have a biophysical profile? Do you have any type of questions about ultrasound? Just let me know. Leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to address them, but I'm not a doctor.